Your money isn't for you. The 100-year plan. If your financial plan ends the day you die, your vision is too small. Stewardship isn't about getting you a better car or a nicer kitchen. It's about changing a family tree for people you will never meet. If you're just trying to pay rent this month, you aren't playing the right game. It's time to move from survival to succession. Today, we close Season 1 by looking at the finish line. This is principle number 10, the legacy launch. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." Coffee shop. English. God wants you to think in generations, not paychecks. If your financial plan ends with you, it's too small. Proverbs 13:22 emphasizes the importance of leaving a legacy. The verse states that a good person leaves an inheritance for their grandchildren, while the wealth of a sinner is ultimately reserved for the righteous. This highlights the idea that a life lived with integrity and righteousness not only benefits the individual, but also extends blessings to future generations. Contextual meaning. The surrounding verses in Proverbs 13 discuss the value of wisdom and the consequences of one's actions. A righteous life is portrayed as one that yields lasting rewards, both materially and spiritually, while the apparent success of the wicked is temporary and ultimately leads to their downfall. Legacy and inheritance. The concept of inheritance in this verse is not limited to financial wealth. It also encompasses moral and spiritual teachings that can guide future generations. This reinforces the idea that living a virtuous life has far-reaching implications. Think about a fruit orchard. If you plant a tree today, you might get a few apples in a few years. But if you plant a system of trees, your grandkids will be eating fruit they didn't have to plant. They get to start from the finish line of your hard work. That is the legacy launch. You are the founder of your family's future freedom. The phrase, "a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children," emphasizes long-term thinking and the importance of generational blessings. It's not just about financial wealth, but also the values, wisdom, and faith that can be passed down. The saying, "a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous," highlights the transient nature of ill-gotten gains and the idea that ultimately righteousness prevails. This theme is echoed in other parts of the Bible. For example, in Deuteronomy 6:6-7, we are instructed to impress God's commandments on our children, discussing them at home and on the road. Similarly, in 2 Corinthians 9:6, we are reminded that whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, while whoever sows generously will also reap generously. These verses reinforce the idea that our actions today have long-term consequences. It's easy to focus on immediate gains and overlook the impact of our actions on future generations in today's fast-paced world. This verse challenges us to think beyond ourselves and consider the legacy we are building. Are we accumulating wealth and values that will benefit our descendants? Or are we caught up in short-term gains that may not last? The story of a family business that has been handed down for generations is worth considering as an anecdotal illustration. The founder not only built a successful enterprise, but also instilled strong ethical values and a sense of community service in his children. The business continues to thrive, and the family is respected in their community as a result. Contrast this with a story of someone who gained wealth through unethical means, only for it to be squandered by the next generation, because they lacked the values to sustain it. One. The why. Letter. Write a letter to your future grandkids explaining why you are getting out of debt today. 1. Mastery. Quiz. Click the link in the description to take the Season 1 Mastery Quiz. 3. Season 2. Prep. Make sure your Season 1 roadmap is fully checked off. Season 1 is a wrap. You have the foundation. But in Season 2, we move from managing to multiplying. In the next video, I'm going to show you the 10% rule that flips the script on your entire bank account. Download the new roadmap below and let's start Season 2. You've completed the foundation. You've moved from rat race to roadmap. In Season 2, we're going to talk about multiplication. Subscribe and let's keep building.